move round now and have a look at the table and chairs. There's also here, you can see in the corner, that's an oil-filled radiator, which you plug in. I'll leave it on high if you need to, if it gets chilly. There's also, I didn't mention the gas fire, but I'm going to now, just a moment. Once again, I will call upon my assistant to show you. It's straightforward enough. You push in and turn round and you'll hear it ignite, but hold the button in. You see? Hold it in for a minute, then turn round to the regulation one that you want. So it's on. Right? Okay.
Voila.
Voila. Okay. Thank you, Roberto. That'll be all. Meanwhile, back at the table. This is an extending table, and there's 4 chairs, but there's also a couple of stools there as well. When it's extended, you can pull it right out. Don't mess about. Pull it out if you want it out, and you can get a few people around that. I think it's about 6 quite comfortably, can't you? And also the 2 light switches there. One's for in here and one's for the outside light. Right, let's go into the kitchen. Right, there's some light switches here just before you get in there. One's for the hall, one's for the kitchen, and one's for this big ball light here. Right, we'll get to the kitchen. There's a fridge freezer here. There's a... Hold on. Oh, do you want to demonstrate, Roberto? Go on then.
I'll call on my assistant.
Oh, my assistant Roberto wants to show you the fridge, which I have to say, unfortunately, the shelves are missing off this side, so just be aware of that. So you have to put your milk inside the fridge. Okay.
It will be replaced.
But that's going to be replaced. And the freezer, it's half and half. Somewhere to put your lollies. There's
Knife drawer.
the knife and fork drawer. Now don't worry if this doesn't shut right too, because it was originally had an ironing board in it, but I don't come on holiday to iron, so don't worry about it. All the other drawers have the usual stuff that you will find, which includes half the rubbish, yes, and half of the shed in there. Right. Roberto will show you, but yes, cupboards and that, yes. We've seen cupboards before. Yeah, this, yes.
Toaster.
Well, we can't see it because Roberto's, there you go, thank you. There's a microwave. There is also toaster, kettle obviously, but there is also the towel rack there. Cling film and foil dispenser at the back, and the usual stuff here. If you open the cupboard, there's a slow cooker in the bottom there. The usual tea towels, cloths and things. You don't have to bring anything like that, or what you'd expect that's under your sink. And this one is the booze cupboard. I mean, there you go. It probably won't be that full when you come up, but feel free if there's anything there that you fancy, have a drink on us. And we're hoping to leave the air fryer there. That is totally brilliant for chips, nuggets, fish fingers, anything like that comes frozen. All you do is put it in the basket, turn the timer on, usually 15 minutes. Jobs are good, and you can even put those mini pizzas in there, one at a time, but it cooks them. The cupboard above that is where the usual stuff, cups, small plates, biscuits and that kind of thing are kept. And the space above the cooker, there's a clock, a light, a fan, and that little thing closes with a shutter. And then down here's the oven. Roberto will show the grill. Thank you, Roberto. Showing the oven. And inside the oven, this is where I put the frying pan and such like that, just because it gets it out of the way. In the side, That's where we keep the saucepans and plates and so on. Just a word about the cooker. When you open the lid of the cooker and you do your cooking, and you want to put your gas on, the gas is the same as the fire. You have to push it in and press ignition, hold it, and that's it. Well, and obviously, and then it'll stay on. And then just make sure before you put it down, that it's cool before you put the lid back down. What are you pointing out, Roberta?
The oven works the same way.
Yes, the oven works exactly the same way, and the grill does.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. I'll just point out here. The bag store at the side by the door. There's a fire extinguisher above that. There is, on the top of the cupboard, a first aid kit. But I don't know what's in it, to be honest. I think it's only just... Is it plasters? I don't know. I can't remember. It's been that long. Well, they are then. So there's a bit of a first aid kit. You won't need it, I know. I'm not... Right. We get round to this part of the kitchen. And on the floor here is the plug. When you turn that on, it's to the towel rail in the shower room, which we'll get to in a minute. It also turns on the fairy lights outside. So that's what that is. And this cupboard here, as you can see, I've been putting glasses in, but really you can put anything in it. And the keys and things to the shed and everything are hung up here. And then there's the bin, and I've usually got plenty of bin liners in there or just at the side. And then, oops, in the cupboard itself, there is the pads for the chairs outside. All right. There's some more spare bags there if you need them. In the cupboard as well, worth mentioning, there's 2 pair of binoculars there, and there's another pair in the passageway. If anybody's keen on that being nosy. Next room is the shower room. Okay. That's pretty straightforward. I think the nice thing about the shower room is the light is actually in the shower itself. It's a straightforward shower. A duckboard on the bottom, which I've put a bath mat on. To use the shower, it's quite straightforward. The nozzle does come off. You can, just take it up and hand hold it if you want. But to use it, you merely turn this that way. So if you turn it on, shall I risk it? Turn it on and it should come straight on. It's facing that way at the moment. It's normally facing this way. But that's it. The water will come on. You'll hear the boiler come on. Kicks in automatically. It's worth mentioning that while you're in the shower, there's also over here the pull cord for the extractor fan. So it soon takes any steam out. So there you have it. You watch me get wet and turn this off. Okay. It's nice. It's nice for the kids because they can sit on these seats either side. Okay. Right, there's a towel rail in here, and I'll show you where the on-off switch is for it. You get down here, and you'll see it here at the back. And you press that on-off. At the moment, the switch behind the door is off, but when you turn it on, the red light usually comes on. So that's how you switch it on and off. And then there's the usual sink, wash basin, storage for loo roll, etc. all there. Here's the loo, and there you have it. There's not a lot you can say about a toilet, is there? Except, you know, the...
Have you demonstrated the heater?
There's a mirror in here, wash basin. There's also an extractor fan in here, and there's the pull cord switch. Okay. Right, this is the hallway. Because we've just been to the, as you can see, the shower room and the toilet. And there's a heater here. Now, the heater works. It is pretty straightforward. You lift up the top here, and it's an on-off. But I have to say that it will not come on until you switch the switch
In the bedroom.
in the bedroom. And you just flick the switches and it'll come on. So I'll take you through to the bedroom to show you that. Okay, this is the main bedroom. I have to say this is a king size quilt on a 4'6" bed. That's probably why it looks big, but I like plenty of quilt over my side. Right, we'll start here in the corner. Here you've got a cupboard, obviously, and you've got a DAB radio in here. And if I take you through to the wardrobe here, this is where your electric box is, down here. I'll move everything out of the way. And this is your electric box. Chucking things out of the way there. And there it is, as you can see, it's on. That's your main fuse box. Okay. Oh, the light does come on when you open the doors. Up on the top of the wardrobe, lots of towel storage. I always keep plenty of spares up there, so if your own run out, there you go. Then we have the doors above the bed, the cupboards there. There's got spare linen in. There's an iron, a sewing box, and so on in there. There's 2 reading lights either side of the bed. You can move them about somewhat. And it brings us down here to the heater. The heater is like one of those sort of heaters that you'd find in a greenhouse or something like that. But this is the plug we were talking about when we went in the hallway. If you want the hallway one to work, you switch this one on, like so. They're on a thermostat, which is at the side, and you turn them off and on. You see the red light comes on. It's on a thermostat. Okay. Right, there is an electric blanket on the bed. You may or may not need it. I'll show you how to put it on. You turn it over. First of all, checking that it's switched on. It's always a good start. You turn it over, and there's a switch here, on, off. You will see, just turned it off. Turn it on. You can see the dial there, and you can see what it's set at. The green number indicates the number of hours. The red number, or the orange number, indicates the temperature. Usually we find number 4 nice and warm. So if you want to put it on, say, for 9 hours, you press the green, and that'll be on temperature number 4 for 9 hours. It's as simple as that. If you want to turn it off, you either put it by the mains or turn it off there. Simple. Right, back to the bed. Underneath the bed there is storage. It's one of those pull-up things. I'll see if I can get my assistant to come and show you. There's lots of things stored under there. There's also a spare double quilt under there. If you wanted to bring your own linen and use your own and have a 4'6", like a double quilt on there, you're quite welcome. I think that's about it. As I say, I did mention the electric blanket comes in 2 halves, your half and his. So we'll move on to the next bedroom. Okay, this is the back bedroom. That's quite straightforward. It's got a heater here, same as what's in the main bedroom. Thermostatically controlled, etc. There's 2 beds in here. One of them we've got the bed guard on, and it's also got an electric blanket on it. The seat pads that have been tied at the back are really like a sort of a headboard. It stopped them banging their heads on there. There are cupboards at the top, mainly storage, all sorts of things. I dread to think what's in there. I think they're empty, to be honest. Somewhere for the kids to put the toys or whatever. There's a wardrobe. Wardrobe at this end, a mirror, bits and pieces, a set of drawers. That's where they put the shoes. It's one of those wardrobes that a concertina, this kind of thing. Plenty of storage. Also, as a suggestion, I tend to do this. I put the boxes under the bed with their things in and just slide them under there. You're as quick to pull a big box out as you are trying to fiddle in small places. But yeah, it's all right in here, and it soon heats up. If you come in here and it's cold, just sling the straightforward electric blanket on and the heater. Warm in no time. Right, this is the last bedroom, and once again you can see there's a heater on the wall. Obviously you don't cover that at all, especially when it's on. Another bed guard in here, but they can go, they're easily removed if you want them elsewhere. A light, a little cupboard there. I don't think there's a lot in there. There is, I meant to mention, there is a hairdryer in the main bedroom. It's in one of the cupboards, but it is there. Here I've just put the child gate there, just really for somewhere to put it, but usually that goes outside if you've got little ones. As I say, this one's also got electric blanket. These are the basic ones. It's 1, 2 or 3 settings. You probably won't need them, but it's nice to know. But they're only on the 2 beds in the small room. Also underneath here is a torch, big torch. We tend to leave that there just in case, not that it's going to be used, just in case you get a power cut or something like that. So we leave that torch there. Okay, last room coming up. Go on.
Gas bottle runs out. Wherever the red one's pointing to, that's the one that's live. Turn it to the one that's full and turn it on.
But if you don't want to do that, just go down to the office
and they'll change the gas bottle.
And they'll do it all for you. Right, the other important thing here at the side is a fuse box. Now, in the unlikely event that the electric goes off, and
sometimes if you use too many appliances at once, that's toaster and the kettle and the microwave all together, you might overload the system.
So it blows.
And it trips out. What's called trips out. So you unscrew them and just push that up.
Yeah, that goes
it's
up.
On now.
Yes.
If it goes off, it will be down there. You just push it back up.
Okay, that's in the unlikely event.
Sometimes if you use the kettle, the toaster and the microwave all together, it will trip out.
Yeah.
And that's all you have to do.
Okay. Presumably you've checked inside the trip.
That's the only one that trips out.
Well, what about the one in the wardrobe?
It never trips out. That one does.
Okay. The only other thing. I should mention, sometimes when it's been really hot, you have a little bit of trouble shutting the door because it warps. So what we've done in the past is spray it with water. It will go eventually, but we had somebody staying it last year. They said it couldn't shut it, kept warping. So that's just a note, okay?
Spray it with cold water.
Spray it with cold water. All right, anyway, enjoy your stay. Have a nice time.